Hello, it's Mrs. McCready here to do some phonics and reading together. So thank you for joining me for the second lesson on our book, Molly's New Toy. So in this lesson, we will be looking at reading it with more pace and fluency, and also I will be asking you some questions about the story. But before we do that, let's revisit the graphemes that you've been learning and the words that contain those graphemes, as well as our tricky words. So let's see, can you say them before I do? Remember the two ways of this one? Ooh and you. O. E. A. E. I. O. Remember two ways again? Ooh or you. Great. So here are the words that are in the book containing those graphemes. Woke, late, tiptoes, donkey, ride, home. And here are the slightly more challenging words that are in the story as well. Is the character tiger, Molly, whispering, something. Let's have a look at the tricky words. Again, let's see if you can say it before I do. Said, have, so, do, some, come, little, one, were, there, what, here, called, looked, oh, there, people. I had a thought about this one. This is no longer really a tricky word, is it? Because you now know, hopefully you would just be able to read it, but also you now know we could have came. I'm just going to remove that one because it's no longer tricky. You now have the tools to be able to do that one. Mr. Mrs. Could. Asked. Fantastic. So now let's have a look at our book and get started, where I will ask you some questions about it. So try and read along with me as well, if you can. So before we start, I'm just going to skim through the book as well. I want you to have a think about what kind of toys can you spot in this story? So what did you manage to spot with just skimming through there? There was certainly quite a few. There was quite a lot of small world toys like the doll's house and also cars and things like that. But also you've got out here, you've got the football, haven't you? Okay, let's get started. In this story, Max, Tiger, Knock, Molly. Knock woke up late. Max was playing outside with Tiger. Knock looked for something to do inside. Knock went into Molly's bedroom. He looked around. He saw Molly's dolls in their home. Question: why did Knock go into Molly's room? Pause the video. So why did you think that Knock went into Molly's bedroom? Well, Knock went into Molly's room because he wanted to do something inside. So if we go back to the previous page, it says here, Knock looked for something to do inside. So then that's why he went into Molly's bedroom, to see if there was something that he could do. Okay, let's continue the story. Knock could hear footsteps. They were getting closer. Knock hid in with the dolls. Can you see him there? Fits in really well, doesn't he? Molly came in. She saw Knock. "A new doll," she said. "I will call you Mr. Blue. You can ride on Mrs. Donkey," said Molly. She trotted Knock around her bedroom. Question: how do you think Knock felt being treated as a toy? Pause the video. So what did you think? I thought he wouldn't be liking it very much, because if you have a look, I don't know if you can see, but in this picture he doesn't look too happy about it. Let's continue. Max and Tiger came upstairs to play with Knock. They looked in Max's room, but they could not see him. They looked in Molly's room. They saw Molly playing with Knock and the dolls. "We must help Knock to escape," said Tiger. "Could I have that toy?" asked Max, pointing to Knock. "No," said Molly. "We are playing. Go away." "We need to get Knock back without upsetting Molly," said Max. "I have a plan," said Tiger. Max and Tiger shrank. "It's bedtime for dolls," said Molly. "That includes you, Mr. Blue." She did not see Max and Tiger creep in. Look, there they are. They're creeping up, and because they're so small, look. Max and Tiger put a new doll in the bed. "Time to escape," said Max, whispering to Knock. Max, Tiger and Knock crept on their tiptoes out of the room. Then they ran back into Max's bedroom. Question: how did Max and Tiger help Knock escape? There's probably a few answers. Pause the video. So, what answers did you come up with? So if we look back all the way to here. So they talk about that they need to help Knock, don't they? They need to help him escape. So the first thing that they did was they shrank, didn't they? They got smaller, so then they could then creep in, because they were a lot smaller and Molly wouldn't spot them. So they shrank, so then they could creep in. And then what they did was they put a new doll, different doll, in the bed, so Molly wouldn't spot that there wasn't anybody there. And that's how they helped Knock to escape. Okay, let's read the last bit of the story. "Phew," said Max. "I am glad you got me back," said Knock. "I prefer playing with the toys to being a toy." So that's the end of the story. I've got a few more questions for you. So, question: what did Molly call Knock? Pause the video. Do you remember what Molly called Knock? Let's go all the way back. Here we go. So she says here, "A new doll." She says, I will call you Mr. Blue. That's right, she called him Mr. Blue. Another question. Why did Molly not want to give Knock to Max? Pause the video. Could you remember why she didn't want to give Knock to Max? Let's have a look here. So here is Max asking, could he have the toy? And she says, no, we are playing. So it's because she was playing with him, she didn't want to give Knock back. Okay, so let's go all the way. So I want you to see, using the story map, can you retell the story from the beginning to the middle to the end? Have a think about the story. Did you like it? If you did, what was your favourite part? If you didn't like it, what did you not like about it? Task for you to do at the end. Can you draw a picture of your favourite toy or toys and have a go at labelling them or even writing a sentence about it? Okay, thank you for joining me for those 2 lessons on the book Molly's New Toy. The next time we come back, it will be with a new book. Okay, thank you. Bye.